King Frederick and Queen Mary hosted the Icelandic president to a gala dinner at Christiansborg Palace today. President Guðni Th Johannesson is on a 2-day state visit to Denmark, and tomorrow will be her final day before she departs to Iceland. This is her first visit as the President of Iceland, and she was accompanied by her spouse and the Icelandic Minister for Foreign Affairs, among others. The room was decorated with colorful and scented flowers to bring out the color in the hall. Candles and tableware were arranged in a manner befitting a dinner held for a head of state. The chairs and tables were put together to make sure that there was enough space for movement. The Danish royal couple was joined by Princess Benedikte, as Queen Margrethe was unavailable for the evening. King Frederick was in his military attire, complete with a sword. Queen Mary paired the top of her Jesper ring gown and an Oscar de la Renta skirt, both in navy, for her first state banquet as queen. She chose the Portia diadem tiara with the earrings and diamond Riviere necklace of the antique diamond parure. This was their first hostess job as a royal couple. The flower arrangements, seating arrangement, and timing were perfect. They were the first to arrive before their guests. Then Iceland's president and her partner came after King Frederick and Queen Mary. King Frederick and Queen Mary kissed their counterparts on both cheeks before they headed in together. King Frederick escorted President Johannesson on his arm, while Queen Mary walked together with Mr. Buren. The two pairs of couples were joined by Princess Benedikte in welcoming the other guests, both from Iceland and Denmark. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen was among the first to arrive and sat at the head table next to King Frederick. Other guests trickled in before the dinner was set to start. President Johannesson chose a golden Jenny Packham gown for the dinner, while her husband was in a black suit and bow tie. Both King Frederick and President Johannesson gave their speeches before they toasted to the relationship their two nations and their people have. A mix of both Danish and Icelandic dishes were incorporated into the menu for today's dinner in honor of the guests from Iceland. Queen Mary was chatting with the spouse of Iceland's president, and at times, she also talked to the president too. The friendship and deep relations that the two nations have maintained continue to grow due to efforts from both countries by deepening trade, cultural, and historical roots. Citizens of Denmark and Iceland grow stronger and better together. Iceland preferring to have the maiden visit of any of their head of state to Denmark speaks of the deep historical and political ties they have. Cultural houses like the Icelandic House in Copenhagen help advance understanding of cultures and therefore lessen the risk of animosity between countries. This state visit will go down in history as it is the first state visit that King Frederick and Queen Mary have hosted, and no less from a Nordic country, which shares many things in common with their nation, Denmark. Tomorrow will be their second and last day in Denmark, and it is packed with engagements for the two couples, from university visits at Copenhagen Business School, Confederation of Danish Industry, to the residence of Iceland's ambassador to Denmark. There won't be time for much breaks. The two will leave Denmark on Thursday morning after an official farewell